Good morning and welcome to Just a Thought. I hope you've had a really good break over the half term and are backing out to this final half term of the school year. The summer is coming. There have been many stories as I look back over the last year that have warmed my heart and moved my heart despite the struggles of the year. Do you remember Captain Tom Moore? Do you remember on the 6th of April last year, 2020, at the age of 99, Moore began to walk 100 lengths of his garden with his Zimmer frame in aid of the NHS with a goal of raising £1,000 by his 100th birthday. Now, in the 24 days of his fundraising, he made many media appearances, television in particular, and he became a popular household name in the UK. He even performed the cover version of the song You'll Never Walk Alone, sung by Michael Ball, with the proceeds going to the same charity. That single topped the UK music charts, making him the oldest person to achieve a UK number one. On the morning of Moore's 100th birthday, the total raised by his walk passed £30 million. It hasn't just been those big stories. Sometimes it's been the small stories like the Taylor family from Somerset who took 6 hours and 40 sticks of jumbo chalk to make their brick house a source of cheer for the neighbourhood. Then there's been people who've made masks or provided food for NHS workers or helped in food banks or done so much to help their community at this time. All are an example of the same thing, people working hard. People working hard. But one particular story was stuck in my mind was the dedication and effort and work of Marcus Rashford, the Manchester United and England footballer, as he put in a lot of work to address child poverty. About 14 months ago on his Twitter feed, Rashford became an advocate for ending food poverty. Twice he led the government to reverse its policy on free school meals during the pandemic for the UK's most disadvantaged children. In October 2020, he was awarded an MBE in recognition of his services to the country's children during the pandemic. In a recent interview, Rashford talks about growing up on a council estate in Wythenshawe, Manchester, and experiencing poverty firsthand. His mum often went without food so her kids could eat. Rashford's mother Mel brought Marcus and his 5 siblings up as practicing Christians. A single mum, she held down 3 jobs as Marcus was growing up. Rashford told the Guardian newspaper how his mother sometimes wouldn't eat at home as, this is to quote Marcus himself, there would only be enough for me and my brothers and sisters. She wouldn't eat that night, but you wouldn't be able to tell. Because she was always out working, she could have said that she'd eaten earlier. And then he said this, my values come from my household, the rules and the respect we had for each other. For my whole upbringing, she was the leader in that. Seeing someone living through difficult circumstances every single day, but waking up the next morning and giving it her best go, again, nothing could really top that, he said. And then he added this. He said, my mum told me that anything was possible. He spoke clearly about the impact his mum's Christian faith and the importance it was in their family. He said, it's not that we practiced all the time, but sometimes the faith we had in God is shown by the people that we are. If you could see our lives 15, 20 years ago and to where they are now, it's impossible not to have faith in God and all that he does for us. Now, whatever your faith, we can all learn from these examples that we've shared, including that of Marcus Rashford and his mum Mel. Work hard. Whether it's a project or an assignment that you're doing in school, a sports team that you're linked with, a chore that you've been given at home, work hard. Put your heart, soul, strength and every effort into it. There's a line in the Bible that goes like this. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Now that's a great principle for life, isn't it? It's a great value to have. It may be simply you have a passion to clean up your village with some mates, or train really hard with your rugby team, or work hard at your GCSEs, or help look after your little brother or sister. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Work hard. In the history of Wales, there was a group of churches called the Methodists, and they played a big part in how our nation is today, including help to provide free education in school at a time where you had to pay to go to school. John Wesley, the founder of these Methodists, once said this: "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can." So here's the challenge. Starting today, starting now, work hard. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. Just a thought.